Well, my name's Caroline Poynton. I've just had a conversation about this with somebody else, a council worker, and even he agrees with me. A lot of people are starting to agree, because after what I watched about King Charles before, it is King fucking Charles and him and Tony Blair. And basically, he's just a muppet. He's been told what to do, isn't he? And basically, they've all turned the religion to Islam. So, like we said, King Charles is in the Bible. He's treason the country. He's not even English. He's, well, they're saying he's part Greek, Cyprus Greek, but I think that's a lie. I think he's part Turkish. And the Turks, I don't understand why Turkey is Muslim, because I don't remember in the English history or my history of the world that Turkey was Muslim. I used to think that Turkey was part of Greece and Cyprus, part of your Roman Empire, the Greek goddess, Turks and the Greek goddess, with Cyprus. Well, that's what used to be in the map and in the books and of whatever we've learnt in our histories. And if that's all true, I don't know. But Turkey seems to have a lot to answer to for this Muslim thing going on, Islam going on. And so does King Charles in England. Well, I don't know about who the fuck's controlling Europe, like. That's the point we need to get down to. Because I think I'm getting down to who's part of this in England. It's not just Tony Blair, King Charles, the monarchy. Because the police and the courts, their symbols don't represent the government. They represent the monarchy. He's a muppet for Keir Starmer. They're just muppets.
Has your government failed Henry Noack, Prime Minister? Do you have a message for Henry's family?
I was shocked and angered at the killing of George Floyd.
Oh yeah, and then that's what I was just saying. And then when he says that about Elon Musk being political in it, hang on a minute, Keir Starmer, touche to you, mate. Because they're calling Donald Trump a fucking racist and telling Donald Trump what to do in America. And yeah, Elon Musk is the bad man for pointing the police out. Yeah. And it's actually not even political. It's not. How is it political?
Response of President Trump and the US authorities to the peaceful protests.
US
When it comes to his own people demanding justice for Henry Noack's death, here's what he said.
This is a time for serious work.
Not serious work. Not rage. We've never seen you doing any work. Serious work. What serious work has he ever actually done?
Yeah, to growing millions in this country that we're living under two-tier.
Well, we are.
Please say.
We're living under a two-tier world.
Living family have asked
Two-tier country, two-tier world.
in the
Fucking
way
hell.
that the leader of reform has
Because
responded.
they don't want to slaughter the Jews, they want to start slaughter the English. Look. And the Europeans, anybody that's white.
This is RTV, and we are continuing to report about the backlash of
And anybody that's black. They think the blacks are
in the
in
UK
with
that happened
the
in 2025.
Islamists.
The people of the UK, some people in the UK are not pleased.
I don't think
with how
the Africans are in with the
Keir Starmer is
Islamists. They don't like them. They
two-tier
fucking
policing.
slave them and
Let's have
fucking
a look
brutally
at
kill
more
them.
information that we have. So this first video that we have is
Take
Keir
tongues off and all
Starmer shaking
sorts
the
of
hand
them.
of another individual, which I don't know who it is.
He looks like
and
he's from
reporters
Africa.
are standing outside asking
African.
about a response about Henry Noack's death.
Or
Have a look.
maybe part. He does look African, but he could be a Sikh. He doesn't look like a Sikh. He looks like an African. He looks like he's from Africa. He looks like he's African, him.
Nothing. Took a
Nothing.
picture, smiled, and walked away.
He doesn't
now,
look
later that
English.
day, when Keir Starmer left
He
his
looks
house,
African. He
he
doesn't
was
look.
asked again if he has any message about Henry or to his family.
He
or to
doesn't
people
look
supporting
like
Henry.
he's
Have a look.
a Sikh, did he? And he doesn't look Muslim. He looks African.
Prime Minister? What do you say to people who feel unsafe, Prime Minister?
Nothing. No comment, no remarks, nothing. He went inside the car and drove off. That's the Prime Minister of the UK, Keir Starmer, ladies and gentlemen. Now, just to highlight the double standard of Keir Starmer, this is what he said about George Floyd in the United States and how they're dealing with the whole thing.
And then now they call him Musk.
Like you, I was shocked and angered at the killing of George Floyd and the response of
Well, the
President Trump
jihad chopped your
and the
head
US
off as well for
authorities
being a
to the
gay
peaceful
faggot.
protests, to people rightly demanding
Yeah, it's
justice.
better chop Keir's
Has been
heads
an
off
affront to
first and King
humanity.
Charles' head off.
That's
and
what
the
he
rest
said,
of it.
right? But when it comes to his own people demanding justice for Henry Nowak's death caused by the police and the system in place, here's what he said.
There is no justification for more violence and disorder.
Yeah. Not like
The
you caused it
attacks
first
directed
place.
towards police officers in Southampton last night were
No.
disgraceful and
No, it wasn't.
completely
Have you not seen what's
unacceptable.
going on in fucking Brussels? That's more disgraceful
is
than that.
time
That was
for
just like a
serious
football
work.
riot.
Not
It was just a
rage.
bit of a punch up, mate. To be
But let
honest,
me
it's
be
not
clear.
fucking morning. They only got a
We will
couple of
ensure
bruises.
anyone found engaged
Just
in
stop
disorder
fucking
meets the
moaning.
force of the law.
A couple of
As
coppers
we
got a
have
couple of
done before.
bruises.
These people are
I'm gonna
rightfully
say,
angered.
no,
They
I'm gonna
want
say,
justice.
mate,
They
no
want the
one
system
went
to
to
change.
us. No
They don't
coppers
want the
got
same thing to happen
seriously
to their
hurt.
children. But Keir Starmer is against this rage.
All right,
he wants
might have
people
went
to
home
be
with a
contained and just say, oh yeah, it shouldn't have been this
bruised
way.
leg
People
and
should be
fuck
angry.
off.
People should demand justice. See the
Yeah.
difference between George Floyd, Keir Starmer, and Henry Nowak?
And
Keir
this is
Starmer?
why I think the family
Absurd.
shouldn't have
And
gone
just
to
to make
see
it
Keir
clear,
Starmer.
Henry
It's why I
Nowak's
think we
death
should have got some
is much
justice.
worse
Told
than
him to
George
stick it up his
Floyd's
ass.
death,
Don't
which
get
was a
bribed.
convicted
You shouldn't have got. You
criminal.
shouldn't have
Now,
been.
take a look
They
at this
shouldn't have
video right
been
here of
fucking
Nigel
good to get
Farage
bribed by Keir
addressing the
Starmer.
two-tier policing problem in the UK, and then Keir Starmer
Should
responding
have told them
to his
stuff it
accusations.
up
Watch.
their
Show the
asses and
horrendous
understand about
circumstances
Elon Musk and Donald
of
Trump.
Henry Novak's
I'm
death.
going to Nigel
Can I
Farage
urge the
possibly.
Prime Minister to
I'm
consider
going to put
this?
one.
It is now
Obviously
clear
they're in this country,
to
but
growing millions in this
I
country
was stuffed
that
up
we're
their
living
ass and gone to see
under
fucking
two-tier
Donald Trump
policing.
and Elon Musk
The
before I'd go
instructions that are
speak
given
to number 10,
to
Keir
police
Starmer.
officers from police bosses
I'm
are
sorry,
clear
really. I'm
and
sorry to
written
say that to
down
the family,
in it.
but
It says
I'll have to
you
say
must
that I
treat
think he's
different
right.
ethnic
You know, I've got to
groups
think.
in
You know,
different ways.
I don't think they've
That,
got.
apart
going
from
to
the,
see
apart
him
from
pretend
the
I don't
upset
think
and the
it's gonna solve
anger
anything.
at the circumstances of his death, the anger that you saw spilling out in Southampton last night. Is in danger.
Well, they just like, I just think, we just see somebody like Nigeria, African,
If the
going
public
to
lose
the
trust
what the
in
fuck?
being treated fairly by the police, can he take some action, end this divisive practice of two-tier policing, and make sure that all British citizens are treated the same?
No, they can't.
Mr. Speaker, I don't believe there's two-tier policing in
There
this
is.
country. I'm really shocked
There's a two-tier world, mate.
that he pretends to have respect
You pretend
for
to.
Henry's family. And then acts
You
in this
pretended
way.
to have respect.
They are a grieving family.
Mr. Blatch,
And I'd have gone
it's
to
a very
America.
important question. I want to hear the Prime Minister. If you want to carry on.
And I think
go on,
that
sir,
lady
please.
that
Prime
lost her
Minister.
daughter,
Grieving family
I think
have asked
she-
us not to respond.
I mean,
in
I
the
could
way
do
that
going
the
to
legal
America as
reform
well.
has responded. They've
Get,
asked us
get
not to.
the little
They
girl
have
back to her
lost
mother before
their
anything does
son
happen.
in the most appalling
To her, 'cause my little girl's
They
been
make a
wrongfully
simple
adopted by
plea
social
of us
services.
as human beings to please not
So
exploit
what?
that. That is their plea to us. And we all need to.
Guys, even if the family
I'm gonna
requests
say
me
I
not to
don't know what
respond,
could be going on
this
in my
is
little
bigger
girl.
than them. This shows a huge flaw in the system. People
And I
need
hope
to be
to God that
outraged.
nothing's
They
happened
need
bad
to
to her
protest.
yet.
Because yesterday was Henry, today it's going to be me, the
Today
next day it's going to be
me,
your son
my
or your
little
daughter.
girl.
People must take it to the streets and protest. It's their right.
Reflect on those words of Henry's father.
Well,
My
I think,
response
yeah.
and the response of others
But
to be
I'm
fair,
thinking a bit
has
bigger
been
than that,
focused
me. I
on
don't
the
think we should just
lessons
take it to the
to be
street.
learned so we can deliver justice. His
Because
response
it's not going to work.
has been to appeal
Taking things to the streets just going
for
to
rage.
not work. Like I said, it
For
doesn't work.
rage.
The rage
That's his
I've got,
response
mate, is
to
I'll
a
take
father
it
who's
to
lost his
Buckingham
son and
Palace
asked for that not to
and
happen.
we're going to chop
Exploiting
King
this tragedy
Charles'
to
head
create
off. His
grievance
head
and
needs to come
division
off. There's all the rules.
in any circumstances, but to do it when the
We have a
family are
right to chop
expressly
the
saying,
Parliament
please
heads
don't.
off. We have a right.
It's funny because he never said anything about division. He
No.
said every Brit should be treated equally despite their color, right, of their skin. That's what he asked for. The person causing division is Keir Starmer,
Starmer.
not Nigel Farage.
Is unforgivable.
Yeah.
It shows
And I've said that
exactly
because we don't have
who
governments,
he
mate. We've been
is.
taken over by a terrorist organisation.
Now take a look at this video coming to us from Poland, where at the British Embassy in Poland, they posted a poster of Henry Nowak. And guess what they did? They removed the poster from the embassy. Why would you do that?
Behind me
did
is
that.
the Embassy of the United Kingdom of Great Britain
Oh,
and
the
Northern
British,
Ireland
they
in
did that. The
Warsaw.
British people have done it.
There was also a portrait.
Well,
a
remove
portrait
the
of
embassy
Henry
out of
Nowak,
Poland
a
then.
British citizen of Polish descent,
Remove the
which was
British
just
embassy
taken
out of
away
every
by embassy
country,
staff
please.
and removed.
Remove them. Remove the
And at
British
this
embassy
moment,
out of Poland,
feeling
then, please.
obliged to truly
Because that's
preserve
where
the
I'd
memory
like
of
to go
this
and
young
live.
man,
I think that's the
we
only
will ask
safe
these
country
people
that
to
I'd be able
return
to be
this
safe in.
portrait because we don't know where it is. Sir,
I'm English,
I'm making
but
this
I
request because
think
I
that
saw
should
that a
be-
few
I mean,
minutes
I'm-
ago, a portrait of a British citizen,
I
which
have
was in
committed
front of your
crimes,
embassy
not
building,
crimes,
was
thing.
taken away by an administrative
What?
employee.
Part of what
This
I've gone
portrait
through
was
is
left
not all
behind
my
by
fault.
someone. Well, the situation is serious, of great importance. Is there any way you could return this portrait? I think it's possible.
Mine
Okay,
was someone
just
who
a
was a
moment.
teenager
Okay,
or of as
okay,
well. Might be
we'll
the
be
odd one
waiting.
or adult,
Great,
but
thank you very much.
I
Even in
think I'll have
Poland,
lots
the
of
British
it.
embassy does not show any respect to Henry
No,
Nowak's
nowhere of
death.
the British.
Now take a look at this. This is the same police of Southampton in the UK treating protesters in an incredibly aggressive manner.
Right.
Have a look.
Yeah. I know, they battered that guy. I know he's a big guy, but fucking hell, mate. That's horrible what they've done. That's disgraceful. I wish I were there. I'd kick him in the head. Where's all the English white men not jumping on the police? Jump on the policeman there. I mean, the police deserve what they got.
They got one, they put him on someone down over there.
Yeah.
Tell you what he's doing, it's like fire. Oh, they're gonna fucking kill that geezer in a minute. What's up?
Here's what Tommy Robinson said on the matter.
And then they call Tommy Robinson.
We're the biggest victims of racism, white people. Our daughters are the biggest victims of racism, white girls. That's the
Marriott
fact.
Bill's
Why
white,
is that
mate.
not on your websites? Police, policing unit, your future of policing, for safety of the country. What about us? What about us?
Yeah.
That's the problem here. Everything is targeted against us and protection of minorities. We're a fucking minority now. And none of those protections are given to us. Nothing is aimed at us.
Maybe
Now I want you to take a look at the
maybe we
difference
should all
between
go and
the
live in
UK
America.
with the George Floyd protesters and the UK with the
I
Henry
think
Nowak
America should
protesters.
open the
Have a
borders
look.
for UK citizens. Thousands of planes of English citizens. I do. Well, they need to really take all the Muslims out of America still, don't they? There's a little lot of problems in America, but until we have the country sorted, it's just... It's not going to get any better doing this, though. We have to get this sorted. Yeah, but I don't want the British people doing this. We need to... I want them
Guys,
to
they're
retreat.
literally running away at the BLM protest, and here they're going against the protesters,
Yeah.
who are rightfully angry. Again, I'm against violence, but what is that distinction?
But the
What is
police
that
started
difference?
it.
Now, guess who Keir Starmer accuses of the division
Oh,
in the UK?
Tommy Robinson,
Elon Musk. Have a look.
Musk.
We need to also assert who we are as a country, because Musk
Okay,
again has
you
been
bastard.
interfering in
No,
our
he's not.
politics
You
in
were
the last few
interfering with
days,
Donald
trying to
Trump.
whip up division. That
You've
is
been
not who
interfering
we
in
are
fucking
Britain.
Russia.
In Britain, we are
You're telling Russia, you're telling us that
and we have a
Vladimir
terrible
Putin's
case,
a bad man.
like Henry's case.
Well,
Henry
fuck
Nowak.
off, because I'm on
We
Vladimir
react,
Putin's side.
calmly, as his family have done, when it comes to
And
discussing
after
images on
after what Ukraine
we
did, I
take
hope
our God
Vladimir
and fight,
Putin
because
fucking
that's who we
takes
are
the
as a
whole of
country.
Ukraine out.
We need to also assert who we are
And then
as a
England
country.
out, I
First here,
suppose.
calmly, like nothing
I
ever
know I
happened,
don't want my own country
Just
being
sweep
taken
it
out,
under
yeah.
the rug
I'm going to say,
and
but
move on.
I think
You'd
we're gonna
want
have
this to be peaceful,
just-
but I'm so happy the people of the UK are angry and furious with what just came
Yeah,
out with the body cam
but we need to
footage
get it the
of the
right way,
arrest
mate, 'cause we
of
need to
Henry.
do it
Now
so
take a
we're
look
gonna
at this
solve
prime
something.
example of two-tier policing in the UK. This guy right here is a
And he can
chief
go as
in
well.
the police in the
Chop
UK,
his
right?
head
He's
off as well.
apologizing to the family
Ginger
of a person
bastard,
called Chris
pedo,
Kama.
pedo.
Before
Why
I
you
show
got
you
his
this
hair
video,
like that?
this right here is Chris, and there was an officer who shot that
Yeah,
Chris
and
Kama
then
in
that
South
got
London. Let's
all
have a listen to the
whipped
apology of the
up.
police.
I would
Oh,
like to
we're
offer my
sorry.
heartfelt condolences
Yeah,
to the family of Chris
to a
Kama. I
murderer.
can't begin to imagine what they're going through at this
You
difficult
made him
time
look like
for
a
them as they try to
fucking
come to terms with the
saint
loss
of a
of their
sin.
loved
Why
one.
don't you show the
I
fucking
know
picture
there
with
is a
him
great
masked
deal
up to
of
death, eh?
concern out there about this incident.
With a gun in
The
his hand.
community are hurt and there is trauma.
And then, we're not.
I have officers out there
And there's
patrolling,
two-tier, and that,
engaging with
the
public,
black people,
talking to the community.
yeah,
I would like to
the black people think they're alright, mate. You need your head chopping off, you're a pedo anyway. Right? Shaving your head like that to look like... How can he look like any sort of former fucking high rank looking like that? He looks like a thug, shaving your head like that to look like a fucking high rank police officer. Ginger bastard swat, you ginger, fuck off. Ginger fucking minger. You're a ginger cunt. At least I'm blonde. Who made that? You're ginger, fuck off. That's why he's had to be a fucking pedo, because he's ginger. Ginger fucking copper. Pedo, he looks like a thug, him, doesn't he? How can he be a copper? How can he be a copper? He looks like a thug. He looks like an English fucking football hooligan thug.
assure everyone that the
And then made that other guy out to be a fucking princess. When Sadiq Khan went to condone the family of the person that got shot, but you know the guy shot another black man. You know the guy was about to go ram raiding through in a car where people were going to come out of a nightclub or a pub or whatever, Chippers, takeaway or whatever. And the area where the guy was going through in a car like that, with a gun and rallying round after he'd just been in a nightclub and open fired in a nightclub, guess what? Ginger bastard, fuck you. Guess what, mate? There wasn't even a white person in the area. Because it's a majority black and Muslim area. So the police officer was actually protecting the other black people and the other Muslim people. So he couldn't run anybody over or hurt anybody else. Sadiq Khan goes and condones the guy that got shot by the copper, but he doesn't go and condone the other black families that this person's ruined the life of.
Metropolitan Police is cooperating
That's a bit too
fully
tier again.
with the
Not
independent
against the black
investigation
people,
by
isn't
the
it?
IOPC,
Well, that's a
providing
bit
the
too tier
information
against black
they
people,
need
isn't it?
to conduct an investigation to the fullest extent.
Yeah.
Really personal. A lot of eyes, really
Yeah.
heartfelt, sincere. Now let's have a listen to the same guy addressing the Henry Novak's case.
This film, there is a tragedy, an absolute tragedy. And you
Is
can't
he on
help
drugs, that copper? It
but be
looks like he's
affected
on
by it.
drugs.
It's very difficult to watch.
He's on drugs, you can tell.
Difficult
Cocaine.
footage to watch.
Why are you
I
sweating
really
like
feel
that?
for
It's
the
not.
family
It's cold out
of
there.
Henry at this time, and I understand
Why are you
their
sweating?
point of view and why they're upset with the police. We
His
have
eyes
said we are
look
sorry
like he's on
for
drugs.
handcuffing and arresting Henry at that time.
He's on
What we have
Coca-Cola, isn't he?
currently
He
is
sniffs
an
cocaine,
independent
doesn't he?
investigation into what happened.
He's on
I
drugs.
would
You want to
just
get a
ask
drugs
people
test
not
with
to
fucking
prejudge
sergeant, do
that
we?
independent investigation or make assumptions because it
He's on
needs to
coke,
consider
mate,
all the
maybe. I'm
evidence,
wondering if he's on
and
crack.
let the officers talk about their point of view as well.
More than
So that
cocaine.
there is a fair and independent investigation. So the key
You can't
point
tell me
here
any
is
different.
that
I've
we
fucking
handcuffed
been around
and arrested
crackheads,
Henry.
cocaine heads all my
That's their
fucking
point
life,
around
mate.
dignity,
I've been
and we
around
have
drug
said sorry
people
for
and
that.
people that run drugs all
As
my
you can
life.
see, a lot more cold.
He's
a lot
on
more
drugs, eh?
less
Like I say, that copper's on
Christmas
drugs.
video. That's the two-tier policing we're talking about. The treatment to victims
That
is different
copper's had a
in the
line of
police.
coke. I can tell
And it's not
by
their
his
fault.
nose.
They were trained this way. It's in their papers. It's in the policy. It's in the ink, which is why people are so enraged.
Is there two-tier policing in the United Kingdom?
See, a lot of
currently?
the
Good morning.
police
The
officers, and that,
problem
you
is
see, all
this.
the rich ones, they don't smoke
Racism
weed.
has
I
been
smoke weed. They
weaponised in
won't
our
smoke
public
weed.
services. Our public
Yeah.
services have been
And
taught
I'm not asked
that
what
the
anybody's
worst
got to
thing that can
fucking say.
happen is racism.
I
That is
smoke
not
weed
the
because
worst
I've got
thing that can happen.
situations in
Murder
it
is
because
worse.
they've put me in
Child
that
abuse is
situation.
worse. Serious public harm is worse.
And I know,
what they are
because I've
being
worked
taught
in
to do is
brothels all my life. I've got
prioritise being
prostitutes
seen
out
to
all
be
my life by the
anti-racist
authorities.
rather than
And I
protecting the
know
public from
when
harm.
somebody's on
And we saw
cocaine.
that in the case of the Southport killer. We saw that
Yeah,
in the case of the
she
Nottingham
doesn't look
killer,
like
where
you're on
someone was not
drugs. Yeah,
institutionalised
she's
because
not
they
on
were
drugs.
afraid
I
of
can
being
tell that,
racist. We
love.
saw that in the
Not
case of the Manchester
stupid.
bomber, where he was not stopped because someone was afraid of being called racist. So it has to end, and we have to make sure that we can change these
Can you
things
see
so
the
the public
difference?
can be properly protected.
So I'm about to ask my listeners who
He's not
speaks
on
to them,
drugs.
the PM or Mr. Farage.
Well, let me tell you, they are
He's not on
both
drugs.
wrong,
You're not on
because Keir
drugs.
Starmer is
I
saying
know
that
he's not on drugs. And I know you're not on drugs. But can you see the difference in a minute in this copper, the way he looks?
Is that we handcuffed and arrested Henry. That's their
He's
point
on
around
drugs, this
dignity.
copper. Look at him here.
Independent investigation by the IOPC.
Why would he shave his hair like that to be a police officer? Looks like a thug. To look like a sergeant and you look like that. It looks like a fucking thug. I look better dressed and fucking smarter than him, but I'm in my pyjamas with nothing. He looks like I mean, he's going to all in anybody else in English fuck. He's a ginger fucking English twat. And I do have a right to say that because I'm English. But I'm not ginger, at least I'm blonde.
Providing the information.
That's what's wrong with him, because he's ginger. Look, he looks like he's on drugs. Either that or he's all very, very overtired or something. Something weird about them. He's very weird copper, isn't he? Isn't he very weird? He's weird. He is weird. Weird. Ginger fucking whatever he is, he's a fucking weirdo. Call him that sergeant, please. He's on cocaine, crack. I think he looks like he's on crack more than cocaine. I think he's actually on a crack pipe more than he's sniffing cocaine. Check your nose, bastard. Fuck off. Coca-Cola nose. Fuck off. Can't kid a kidder from a kidder, mate.
They need to
He's on
conduct
cocaine, this
an
guy.
investigation to the fullest extent.
Look.
Really personal. A lot of eyes, really heartfelt, sincere.
Alright, mate, he's on
Now let's
drugs.
have a listen to the same guy addressing the Henry Novak
Look at his
case.
hair there.
This film, there is a tragedy.
Oh.
It's a tragedy.
Look at his
you
hair
can't
now.
help
He doesn't look
but
as
be
ginger now,
affected by
does
it.
he? Looked very ginger before, but he doesn't look as
It's very
ginger.
difficult to watch. It's
He's on
difficult
drugs, look at
footage
his
to watch.
eyes.
And I really feel for the family.
You're on drugs.
Henry at this time, and I understand.
You
their
are
point of view and why
on
they're upset with the
fucking
police.
drugs.
We have said we are
Look
sorry
at his hair,
for
that.
handcuffing and
He's on
arresting
drugs. He's a
Henry at
crackhead,
that
a
time.
cokehead.
What we have currently is an independent investigation to what
Why
happened.
does his head look like
I will
that?
just ask people not to prejudge.
Prejudge
that
you,
investigation
ginger
or make
fucker.
assumptions,
Prejudge
because it
you,
needs
you
to consider
twat.
all the
What's your
evidence,
fucking IP badge
and let the
number?
officers
Yeah,
talk
that badge
about
there.
their point
You
of
work
view
for
as
King
well,
Charles,
so
don't
that
you?
there is a fair and independent
Ginger,
investigation. The
for
key
King
point
Charles,
here
fuck
is
you.
that we handcuffed and arrested Henry.
Yeah.
That's their point around dignity, and we have said sorry for that.
No, it's not
As you
sorry.
can see, a lot
Sorry.
more cold,
You
a lot
crackhead. It's
more
not good enough, you fucking crackhead.
less
Aye, he's a crackhead, him, innit?
That's the two-tier police
On
we're
drugs.
talking about. The treatment to victims is different in the police.
It's
And it's
on
not their
drugs.
fault. They were trained this way. It's in their papers. It's
Not
in
the
the
fault,
policy.
they're all
It's
on
in the
cocaine,
ink.
is it? And they're
Which
all
is
on
why
drugs.
people are so enraged.
The
Is
police
there
officers.
two-tier policing
Well,
in the
he's
United
on
Kingdom
drugs,
currently?
himself.
Good morning.
The problem
She's on
is
drugs,
this.
you can tell.
Racism has been weaponised in our public services. Our public services have been taught
Well, the
that
way
the
he
worst
was
thing that can
talking, he's
happen
on
is
drugs.
racism. That is not the worst thing that can happen. Murder
It's
is
the way
worse.
he's talking,
Child
the guy
abuse is
was
worse.
talking, not
Serious
the
public
doctor.
harm is worse. And what they are being taught to do is
The way he looks.
prioritise being seen to be anti-racist rather than protecting the public from harm. And we saw that in the case of the Southport killer. We saw that in the case of the Nottingham killer, where someone was not institutionalised because they were afraid of being racist. We saw that in the case of the Manchester bomber, where he was not stopped because someone was afraid of being called racist. So it has to end, and we have to make sure that we can change these things so that the public can be properly protected.
So I'm about to ask my listeners who speaks to them, the PM or Mr. Farage?
Well, let me tell you that they're both wrong, because Keir Starmer is saying there is no such thing happening in our public services.
More like a football
that
FUD
I've
than
been
anybody else I
highlighting,
can
other people in
see.
my party have been highlighting. There is clearly something going badly wrong. And then you've got Nigel, who is talking about people being angry, saying we've got to get rid of it. But where have they been? Where have they been? Reform MPs have been nowhere on the Islamophobia definition. It has been the Conservatives leading the fight. So when there has been this opportunity for change to say we have to do things differently, they have not been doing that hard work, and now they're trying to capitalise on people's anger.
Wow, I really feel for the people in the UK. I wonder what it feels like to not be seen by the establishment, by the police, knowing that you come second to other ethnic minorities. There's definitely two-tier policing in the UK. It is written in their policies. It is a huge problem and it needs to be changed ASAP.
Yeah,
I agree with Nigel Farage that
jails.
all British people should be treated the same, not based off of the color of their skin. And anti-racist policies, they should be way down here, while the others are right here. Way more important, Henry Novak's death could have been eliminated. That's all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. If you'd like to watch more of my stuff, please check out my channel down below.
Even
If
though
you
the
like
parents
what
would
you
see
see,
Keir Starmer,
don't forget to
something else
subscribe to the
happened.
YouTube channel and
Almost
hit that.
something else is already happening now. Somebody else has been stabbed in the meantime. Oh, here we go. Fuck off, King. Video Charles. Ugh. Why is he doing that? Why would he do that?
Breaking news, a judge has sentenced Paul Quinn to 24 years in prison after he was found guilty of rape, strangulation and grievous bodily harm against a woman in Salford in 2003. He will serve 14 years before being released on licence. During the hearing, the sentencing, the judge referred to the victim as our hero for going through the ordeal of testifying in two separate trials many years apart.
Well, the crime remained unsolved for 2 decades. Well,
I know I am not alone.
What that's about?
My team just sent me this video of Katie Hopkins where
Let's see what this is about first.
I'm telling the security what happened today. Yeah? Stay away from our girls, man. There was a young girl sat on the back of the wall. Yeah. They were drinking. When you photographed drinking, it just looked dodgy.
Yeah, mate, if I'm on that, you better wipe it off. Why are you having your camera on me, bro?
There's been quite a lot of rapes happening in Basingstoke.
What?
Rapes.
No, okay.
What was the plan with the young girl, my friend?
To rape her.
I don't know, in the town. And abuse.
Keir Starmer has responded to the murder.
Murder. Yep, we should be murdering him.
It is absurd and insane that we have a rogue US military contractor handling our most sensitive personal data.
Yep. Fucking is insane, isn't it?
I honestly can't get over the idea of a country that is run in the interest of its own citizens. I just can't get over it. I can't really imagine living in such a place. And this is the sort of thing that I mean, right? A country that, like, actually is doing the right thing, and that country is fucking Pakistan. Just,
yeah.
How have we arrived here, bros?
Well, they fucking, they're sentenced, they could get life for raping Pakistan.
Endorse everything Pakistan has done,
Yeah,
right? Pakistanis, so a couple of Pakistani men who gang raped a French tourist in front of their 3 children after a car ran out of fuel will be executed, court rules. Just the correct solution to the problem, right? The correct punishment. Abid Mali and Shafkat Ali were convicted of gang rape, robbery, kidnapping and terrorism offences back in March 2021 over the attack and were handed the death penalty. Both appealed their conviction with the defence arguing there were gaps in the prosecution's versions of events and the judge's decision was unjust. And on Wednesday, 2 judges said, get fucked. Like, love it. Love everything about it. So what happened is these two men attacked this woman after her and her 3 children became stranded on the motorway leading out of Lahore after running out of fuel. Now, I have no idea why she was there. Like, if you are a single French woman and your 3 children, don't take a holiday to Pakistan? What are you doing? She locked the doors of the car while she waited for help. The attackers broke a window and dragged her outside and then raped her at gunpoint in front of her children. They stole her money, jewellery and bank cards for fleeing. I mean, awful, obviously. Awful. Just so awful that I think they deserve the death penalty. They were tracked down via mobile phone data, idiots, and arrested days after the incident. DNA samples were taken that matched theirs. The survivor identified the 2 men during hearing, and one of them confessed to the crime before a magistrate. Seemed pretty open and shut to me. An anti-terrorism court handled the trial for expediency, and the case drew widespread condemnation on social media, with some activists demanding those involved be hanged in public. Basically, I like to think that in Pakistan there's a Pakistani version of me who's like, we should be hanging these criminals, sir. Because I mean, that's what I mean.
That's what you're saying, we should all go to Pakistan. Well, probably not, but yeah.
I don't know why I found that so funny. It also led to mass protests across Pakistan after a policeman questioned why the woman had been out late on her own. Which, honestly, I think actually is a good question. Not because she's to blame for what happened, obviously, or anything like that. But, like, just saying, you know. Anyway. Anyway. There was a bit of a hoo-ha over that. But, I mean, I don't disagree with actually the feminist protesters in Pakistan, weirdly. Anyway, so this has been pretty great, even though the insufferable human rights NGOs are like, no, you can't just execute these gang rapists. It's like,
yeah, because they get execution in Pakistan.
The decision to maintain the death penalty comes after human rights activists urged the government to introduce harsher penalties for rapists.
They can do what they want in their own country, mate. Yeah.
Human rights activists in Pakistan. Sorry, I misread that. I thought when I first read that was human rights activists were trying to stop them from giving them the death penalty. And I guess that's just what I assumed. What I naturally assumed, because the Western interpretation.
That's why, yeah, because that's what we would think.
Is the people doing the crimes get the human rights.
Yeah.
The Pakistani interpretation of human rights is that the people violating human rights get the punishment. My God, this is radical.
Yeah, and they tell us that they don't know this, mate. Well, they do know from Pakistan. If you rape someone, it's the death penalty.
And punishes.
I'm going to say, so why did he come here and think that they shouldn't know that?
It's so far removed from my own experience of the world.
Yeah.
Well, it's just remarkable.
Why did they think they come here and think they wouldn't know that?
All of them who get executed die by hanging, which of course is the best way to
Well.
Yeah, so I mean, these are the 2 guys.
I don't know about hanging, but we just put them to sleep.
Just completely normal looking guys who just saw an opportunity to
rape. They look normal from over there. They look like the terrorists over there, but they look normal over there because that's where they're from.
Pakistan doing the right thing and we're not?
Yeah.
Like, we're up to our gills.
So why are they allowed to put them, sent them? So who this is what I'm saying then, who are they really upsetting then?
We're lucky if we get them sent to jail.
Yeah, who are we upsetting then? Who really are we upsetting?
A few years for good behaviour.
Who are these people really upsetting? Because Pakistan don't give a fuck. Pakistan have told us to put them to death penalty.
That's quite amazing.
Yeah.
Why can't we do that?
These rapists that we've got over here, mate, Pakistan have told us to put them to death penalty.
That was only last year. It was only 6 months ago. It was just like, yeah, Afghans are a national security threat. We're just getting rid of them.
Yeah.
They can just go home.
Yeah. They've thrown them out. They won't have them in Pakistan.
Afghans. So far this year, about 1 million of the 3
Tell you,
million
I can
Afghans
say
in
for
Pakistan
Pakistan, I mean, alright, that one thing there, I'm not saying things.
You're going back to where you came from.
Well, the way I see it.
Even though some of them never lived there and, were born in Pakistan.
There's more of them here than there is in Pakistan.
Is a country.
I'm going to say, at least when something does happen to somebody, at least going to say, if I was in Pakistan, at least if something happened to me or whatever, at least we might get some justice. But if anything happens to me here, I'm just going to be lying on the floor like Edna, dead.
Anyway, so yeah, you've got people who are like, we were 45 years here.
And I don't
we
agree
didn't have a
with
single home in Afghanistan.
all of it in
Well,
Pakistan. I don't agree with it all here
right,
either.
This is what happens when people get to the point where they're just sick of it, right? I mean, for example, there are loads of people in Britain, boomers in Britain, who were born in India and had never been to Britain. And come decolonisation, when they were children, they were just kicked out. There's a reason that there aren't any British people in India, Pakistan, or Bangladesh, or Burma. Just kicked out. Just completely out.
Oh, right, so we
just
were
like,
kicked out.
because you're all white British, you're all going, and we don't care. And the same happened to the French in North Africa, and various other places in Africa, in Sub-Saharan Africa. Like, this is what you did to us. And hey, you can be like, well, we don't approve of, being colonised. So, yeah, well, we don't approve of being colonised.
Colonised. Well, we should go
Pakistan
there.
doesn't approve of being colonised by Afghans. Once they've had enough, it's their country. They get to dictate who lives there.
Yeah.
And if you're not a Pakistani, then you don't get to live there, as they're showing you. And, like, to be honest with you, I'm not...
Why haven't we got the same
I'm
laws?
very sympathetic to the Afghans.
Why have we not got the same laws as the rest of the world, like Dubai?
Got the Refugees International here. Oh my God! In recent weeks, Pakistan has escalated its mass forced deportations of Afghan refugees. And
I've listened to something like that as well a while ago.
Yeah, and
about Pakistan. And they already know that Pakistan did death penalty for rapists and things. I mean, I don't know.
1 million Afghans, say 500,000 Afghan men.
I don't understand the marriage part and all of that. Then I don't know how that works.
Maybe they should do something about it. Maybe actually 500,000 men who disagree with the way the country works being repatriated to the country is maybe their absence is one of the reasons that the Taliban are in charge. If you've got a better way of running Afghanistan that's run by natives, for natives, well, hey, maybe they should be the ones doing it, right? Like, as far as I'm concerned, the Taliban, as far as I was aware,
Well, they'll be able to take over Pakistan because they're all here in England.
Afghan way of running the country. Now, if that's not true, if there's literally like 500,000 who are prepared to put the work in, and again, you can we're concerned about regional instability. Yeah, but whatever. Like, as if this region's ever been stable anyway. But you have to understand that you are saying, essentially, the Taliban are legitimate and will be the rulers of Afghanistan forever, right? By saying, we don't want instability. Instability is the only thing that will get rid of the Taliban. Do you want the Taliban there or do you want to get rid of them? It's up to you. Like, I don't know, and I don't really have an investment, so I don't care. But anyway, they're complaining that Pakistan must halt these deportations now and restore legal pathways for Afghans seeking safety. How about fuck off, right?
Pathways to legal safety.
Pakistani nationalist, okay? Like, get the fuck out.
So
Genuinely, I just think people need to return to their homelands. Right?
Yeah, that's what I've always said. They need to go back to where they all came from.
I'm not
the
saying
homelands.
this be 100%.
I've always said that.
That this imperial
they
mixing
need to stop, and we need to send people back to where
imperial
they're
central
from.
authority is chaos. And I mean, it's chaos anyway.
Because people
but
are
it's
being
chaos
fucking
now.
mixed up that much. Yeah, this is why all the chaos in people is the way it is. Because people don't even fucking scan Indian and fucking
God, why can't we do that?
Afghan.
And it's
Iraqi.
them on 1 million
Yeah,
or
they
2
never
million
really
in
are.
2025. So, God,
I'm going to say the
Jesus,
Mongols.
I've seen what you've done for Pakistan.
Eh?
I just want that for myself.
What?
I just want that for here, please,
Yeah.
God, says the atheist. I've never prayed for anything before. These deportations are part of the Pakistani government's illegal foreigners repatriation plan. Jesus, can't we have one of those? Can't we have
Yeah,
an
where
illegal
they're sending them
foreigners
to England
repatriation
though,
plan?
mate.
That sounds amazing.
This is why I've
I
got
can't
welcome
believe
to
we're still
England.
stealing legislation and
Can we take their
action plans
legislations, yeah?
from the fucking Pakistanis over this. But man, do I want that more than anything. The deportations are particularly concerning given the conditions in Afghanistan. Yeah, but fuck off. Don't care. Go change it. Fix your country if you want to fix your country. But anyway, so yeah, they're whining and being like, refugees must be used as instruments of political pressure. Well, then you've got the Taliban forever then, don't you? And for some reason, it's Pakistan's job to look after 3 million Afghanistans. No, it's not. Go home. And the thing is, right, they're being, like I said, I wasn't even joking when I said they are getting the Steve Laws solution, right? You've got those born in Pakistan, married to Pakistanis or living for decades in the country, are among those to have their government residence permits cancelled. As in, you are of X category. You're an Afghanistan, you're an Afghan, not a Pakistani. Go home. And
that's what
mass
Pakistanis are
population
saying, yeah,
transfers
to the
happen,
Afghans.
right? When
The Afghans
these
could get,
things
Pakistani could
get
get rid
to
of
a
all the
certain
Afghans
end,
and they didn't give a fuck.
and it is clear that a people who possess a land are not happy with the foreign people who are not the possessors
Yeah,
of the
and
land,
that's
who do not have a
Pakistan.
legitimate claim collectively to this land.
So the
It is
Pakistanis
often
don't want the
and
Afghans in
common
Pakistan.
history.
But we
They're
don't
just
want
mass
all
expelled.
the world in
Right, they're
England.
just, go somewhere else.
I'm going to say,
Not our problem. We
free
don't want you
England.
here. We've had enough.
By the sounds
The
of it, it's not
Pakistanis
mine.
don't
Just,
right
I mean, the
now.
Jews are going on and
Again,
on.
the Steve Laws.
They're going on
which
and
is
on.
just
But you don't see them safe for
it's
Christians,
wild
do you?
to see it actually in play. And don't get me wrong, that is rough for the Afghans, right? It's very rough for the Afghans. And the thing is, they're not
It's
even
very rough for the Palestinians as well, though,
This
isn't
is
it?
the Western invasion of Afghanistan.
No fucker wants them.
But Pakistan is not responsible for that.
And we're not responsible
And at
for
the
the
end of the
whole
day,
world.
Solving the
Yeah.
problem is often not that pleasant. But there are many problems. And people, I think, are absolutely sick of them. And frankly, it's more humane to tear off the plaster quickly than slowly
get rid
peel
of
it
them.
off piece by piece.
Let's get rid of them.
It's
Get
time
him out.
for
Yay! Oh, what's this now? Where's this going off now?
3 simple steps to you, wherever you are in the Middle East, to not get bombed by Israel. I'm saying this because now there's a lot of talk about what's going on in Lebanon, that it's the same as what happened in Gaza. People of Lebanon suffering at the hands of the Israelis. So I want to help out. I want to offer a method, like a fitness trainer or a mental coach, helping people to improve their lives and not get bombed by Israel. Rule number 1. Take control as a state of all armed forces within your
Well, that's
territory.
not much looking fucking
Very
England, then, have we?
Because that will allow you to proceed to step number 2.
We'll take
Step
control.
number 2. Make sure that no forces within your territory are bombing Israel. Alright? Crucial. And that will allow you, as a government, with full control of your own territory, to then extend a hand in peace to Israel and say, let's negotiate on a full and comprehensive agreement
Well, the wish
between
you
our
would
2
sort
states,
them out because we're sick of
so that
it.
there will be no official
I'm
status
sick
of
to death
hostility
of
between
the
us.
illegal immigrants coming
You
to
do
England
those
because
3
of this
steps,
shit.
all right?
I don't care,
Step
mate.
number
We're
1.
sick of it in England.
Control of all forces within your
Yeah.
territory.
Well, we're not no troll in England. We're just fucking fucked. We are sick of it. I'm sick of it. We're sick of England. Oh, that's what's in there a minute ago. Now it's gone. Oh!
3 simple steps to you.
Well,
So
that
the
looks
system has
like
arrived at
Ronaldo,
the position
yeah.
where it's decided it's going to just start lying about whether we have DEI
Yeah,
or woke police or
yeah,
anything
they're
like
lying
that.
about everything.
It's all
we
quite
know.
self-evident, and we're going to go through it in excessive detail, frankly, just to really hammer the point home that they're lying. These are literally like agents of the Matrix coming out to defend the Matrix.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry, I'm just not having it. The lies are going to get big, they're going to get bold, and they're going to condescend to you as if you are a lunatic or you are a
Yeah.
liar or you are evil or something like that for contesting these things. But they are happening. The police are institutionally racist against white people, and we have all the receipts to prove it.
Classic gaslighting.
Complete gaslighting.
Yeah.
Project gaslighting.
Yeah, and that's a good term for it.
I think
Project
we should move to
gaslighting.
Pakistan.
That's what's going to happen. As you mentioned, we did a roundtable talking about this yesterday with
See,
Frank
like the
Wright,
night shots on my Robertson
discussing
got
the
up in England.
implications
Do we
of
think
the
they could
system
get that?
itself.
And
Because this is
a
really
few
what
more
we're at war with. I
thousands.
mean, don't get me wrong.
we get that.
Obviously,
We'll go Pakistan.
having loads of foreigners who happen to be carrying weapons or are just parts of
Right.
groups
Well, might
that
not
are
be
not
safer,
very
but
friendly towards the British are of course not
seems like we
great.
get more justice.
But they didn't get here on their own, and they're not being protected because they
Might
themselves
as
are
well
in
go,
control.
might as well go
It's
Pakistan.
the white British police and the system itself that is
All the English
actually in
white
control and
native
actually
people.
doing these things to us.
Because
And so
we're not
There's
got
stuff
not
like
much
Henry
choice.
Novak is a second order effect of that, and the fact that the
By
immigrants
the looks of it, I mean, we
know
could talk
that the
about this,
system is
mate, but
tilted
we
in
need
their
to talk
favour.
about
But
what's
one of the
happening in
interesting
Europe,
factors
man.
is that
Let's get serious.
Henry Novak's
Up in
killer,
Europe, it's gone.
Digwa, did not try to get away. He did not try to escape the scene of the crime. He called up his parents and his family, and his brother came along as well. And they figured out what the best course of action was going to be, which was not, we are going to cover this up and get away from here and hope that nobody saw anything. It's, we are going to call the police and tell them it was a racist attack and that this was self-defense, because we're pretty certain we can get away with it.
Exactly.
It's lucky
Yeah.
that they didn't, but it is
But we have
only
got away
luck
with it.
that they...
But it could have been that they did if there wasn't such
We
a
have got away
legal
with it. Henry's
firestorm
dead.
about
If he
this.
didn't get away
If
with it,
people on
Henry
social
would be
media
dead.
and Elon Musk and various others
Yeah.
hadn't caused such a big fuss
Fuss
about
about
this,
it, I suppose,
it's
yeah.
entirely possible this would be swept under the rug. So this is why we've got to be vigilant about these things. But like I said, it's an incredible discussion with Frank about the implications of the system and the nature of the system,
Or,
and how
we've got,
essentially
my
the system is
idea,
a
we've got to
colonial
go to
system
Pakistan.
that is
Go and
protecting
get
the new
fucking the Ron Ray
colonists
fucking
from the
Buckingham Palace. We'll
natives
get King
who
Charles out. We'll chop
are
his head off
frankly
before
an
he had
underclass. I mean, literally like someone
And that's what
like
we'll take our own country
what's
back.
the guy who wrote Wretched of the Earth? Have you never read it? All right. Well, I can't remember the guy's name. I remembered it in the bloody stream as well.
So we don't
but
need to go to
they're talking about how,
Pakistan.
look, we are on the receiving end of a colonial project that is imposing foreign peoples on us and protecting them with the force of law. We are, at this point, the wretched of the earth, essentially a stateless people who have no appeal to law. And that's basically what we were talking about in this roundtable. It was amazing. Go stand up for £5 a month, totally worth your money and time. Anyway, so let's just begin with some of the things that they're going to say. Yeah, this Lib Dem voter in Scotland, we don't have DEI in this country. That's not a thing. Nonsense journalism. Why would you say that?
Well, just a blanket statement, no DEI in this country whatsoever.
Yeah.
What do they make to all of the NHS positions where it's explicitly about getting paid £100,000 plus for like ensuring equality,
I mean, it's
ensuring
massive.
anti-racism?
It's massively well documented. How could you say such a thing?
That's a big money industry.
Yeah, there's no question.
Sorry, is this not diversity, equity, and inclusion?
Those are the
When
about to
police
make
run
money,
around
innit?
at pride
Because they're not getting it
parades,
from Dubai
painting,
anymore.
like, rainbows on
The
people.
Oxford Peter
Well, I hated
University.
this when this came out. I hate it even more now. Like this, sorry.
What?
Yeah,
What? That's a policeman.
An actual clown in a police officer. So you
That's a
On
policeman.
drugs.
And
It's
like,
on
yeah,
drugs,
yeah,
mate.
absolutely. It's like, sorry, we
Oh,
don't
crap.
have woke DEI in this country. Yeah, we do.
He's
It's
probably
the
on them
ruling
balloons, you know that
principle
stuff
of the
you get out the
country,
balloons.
and has been for
Helium
years,
stuff
right?
you get out,
This-
sniff out
Again,
balloons,
people
because that's
get
what that
paid
usually makes you
loads and
do.
loads of money to
Drugs
make
make
sure
you do
that the
things
police are
like
going
that.
out and doing stuff like that.
We'll get
Like I
to
say,
it, right?
drugs,
This
people that are on
begins with
drugs
the
do things
McPherson
like that.
principle. In 1999,
Have you not seen them when they're on
McPherson
drugs in Manchester and they're
found
doing
that
all this stupid
racism
stuff like that?
and all complaints about incidents of racism should be recorded and investigated.
And
as
believe
such
me, they're on
when
a lot more than
perceived by the
fucking
complainant
cannabis.
or someone else
Don't blame
as an
cannabis.
act of racism. So basically, if you and Harry were
It's
having a
not
discussion,
cannabis.
I could just say, police, I
More
think
like
Harry's
crack.
just been racist.
Crack
to her.
makes you do that.
And even if you didn't think
Crack
so,
pipes make
it
you
doesn't
go
matter because
weaker.
I perceived it as a third party, and the police are now compelled under this principle to investigate it. It is the ruling principle of our police forces. I mean, you remember the neighbours phoned up the police and said, "We think someone's been stabbed," and they didn't send anyone. Digwa, his brother, "Hello, someone's been racist to me," and they did send someone. And they assumed that the white guy was the racist.
Well, remember that as part of the information that's been reported, before the Digwa family rang up and said somebody's been racist to us, send somebody out, one of the locals called up the police and said there has been a stabbing.
They didn't send someone for it. They didn't send someone. They sent someone for Digwa, but they didn't send someone on the premise that someone had been stabbed.
It's just a ridiculous, unworkable system when that's what happens.
It's demented, but it shows you that actually the system is institutionally woke. And here's like the Dorset police and their race action plan. And they explain, well, citing the McPherson report, this is what institutional racism is. So, okay, so it's not like they don't tell us that they're referencing the McPherson report. Like, here's the principle that racism is whatever a brown person perceives to be racism, and we are institutionally racist if we say so. And you've got it in the NPCC, the College, the Council of Policing, where they've got their anti-racism commitment, and they literally tell us at the bottom here, we're committed to
Fucking all the men ones changing
we're
into
just
women.
committed to anti-racism.
Then
That's what this is.
put it
And
with
they literally tell us here,
Palestine
that does not mean treating everyone the same or being cold.
considering women
That
who
means
don't do
we
it
are going
fucking
to identify
Palestine
different races and give them
in
different
the
treatment.
Muslim world. Women
They
don't
ex-
accept
they
it. Why would
expressly
you say
say
to a woman?
This is the particular quote that's been going around where everybody, even I saw a lot of mainstream
Because
media
they probably
talking heads
understand the
were
women changing to
sharing
be a
this
man,
quote and
so
saying,
we don't get
wait, what
stung
does
for
that
that.
actually mean though? Like in terms
As
of
being a
how
woman.
that is taken from theory on the paper
You
and
might
put
get
into
away with it a
action
bit
in
more
real
if
life
you
by
change
police
to
officers,
be a man.
what are they supposed to do? Because the obvious answer is just to treat brown people like they can't do anything wrong.
And that's what exactly
Why
what
would
the
them men want
example
change to
is
be a
in every
woman
Novak
knowing
case,
damn well as
where
being
if
a
a brown
woman they'd
person
be
says,
raped to
I've
death
been the
by
victim of
them?
racism, they arrest the white person
Come
even if
on.
he's dying. Like, that's
It gave back at
literally
people.
what this
Yeah.
means. We're not going to treat everyone the same. We're
No.
going to treat brown people different to white people. They literally
Yeah,
are
they
telling
treat
us,
the gay
and we have
people
an example of
differently
it.
as well.
And then some idiot will go, we don't have DEI in this country.
If
That's
they're
all
white.
we have in this country.
Especially if they're white.
That's what our laws
White, yeah.
are now. Right? Then you've got the Hampshire. I mean, this happened in Southampton in Hampshire. We've got their race action plan for 2024 to 2026. It is the current race action plan. This is the current ruling principle of the police. And in it, they tell us, of course, it begins with George Floyd, by the way. George
Oh,
Floyd,
yeah.
the murder of George Floyd, false, fake
False.
news. He wasn't
Fake,
murdered,
yeah.
right? But of course, zero tolerance of racism and ensuring that Hampshire and Isle of Wight
Why
Constabulary
was
is
George
anti-racist
Floyd
and
when
what it
it's
does.
politically in
So,
America?
how
But
can
we
you
were
say we
allowed
don't
to
have this in
interrupt
this
with their
country? We
political
exactly have this,
other people affairs and
And
other
so,
people's
okay,
countries.
we know it's literally in their own documents. Like
In
this
their
is,
own
Do
interest,
you know
but
the
in their
reason
own
that
documents.
leftists, they'll do the millennial woes thing where
About
they'll try and
King
pretend that
Charles.
this isn't two-tier, this isn't
Two-tier care,
DEI,
two-tier King
because the
Charles.
literal words, we are going to use DEI to create a two-tier policing structure, is not in this policy paper, is not in this paper anywhere.
Yeah.
They will say, well, it doesn't literally explicitly say what you say it is, even though that's not what we're saying it says anyway.
Yeah.
So therefore it's
Yeah.
not real.
But again, this is just the person, like this person here, just being not that one, totally dishonest. Like how can you say this? It's totally false.
He's a gay,
You
yeah,
just
fucking
don't know
police
what you're talking
officer.
about. I just noticed Luca in the replies just saying, you just
He's on
delete your
crack.
account. Just do it, just delete yourself.
That is often what
Got to be on drugs for doing that
leftists
stuff,
will
innit,
do,
innit?
very, very often.
But
It's
they
just
got them some sort of-
simply lie. Just straight up. It's very, very clear and obvious they're lying. They don't care about that. Distorting the past.
So the gay police dancing around because they've got these rules.
Gay
That's
police
not DEI.
dancing around, yeah, I told you it was gay.
It's just mad, isn't it? It's exactly as I said. It's just a lie. And so I just can't stand it. I mean, let's go to the next lie, shall we? The next lie. Officer
Yeah.
up and stabbed. No,
On
you haven't.
drugs,
Due to
on
mandatory
crack
work lessons I was
cocaine.
given by the left. Is this the version of events we're all being forced to pretend
It's
has
all
happened?
off this. We should get them drugs
that is
tested.
literally what happened.
And with
That's
the police officer getting
literally
drugs
what
tested
happened.
for crack.
The officers on the force behind the NOAC arrest felt pressured by the diversity course.
No, mine
The staff
cannabis.
certainly found that
No,
1 in 7
cannabis,
officers and
cannabis
staff
don't
felt
really
they'd
do
been
that.
controlled and pressured to adopt certain ideas in the sessions, and the same number thought mistakes would be held against me, and a fifth bid they'd be rejected for saying the wrong thing. As in, if I went down there and I said, no, I think this man's
Cocaine
in
make
trouble,
you feel
and I think
a
the
bit
lying
like
about calling
makes
him a
people
racist, they feel that they might have been in trouble for violating the McPherson principle of not just believing the person who cries racist. Right? So yes, they did. And so this like mad, are we going to pretend that they did this? Because I don't think you have, mate, because they're woke. No, that's what happened. Well, I don't know how else you describe it, actually. Like it doesn't. There is no other explanatory like narrative to say, well, why did they just arrest this guy who's laying on the floor dying?
It's not surprising to me that these officers feel, quote, pressured.
Absolutely.
Because that's exactly what DEI,
I feel sorry for
anti-racism is.
the
It's to put pressure on the native
You already
people,
know
the
what,
white
like, go
people,
for a job with
just
it.
simply to put pressure on them
Why carry on
to
getting a
have
job
some
with
sort of
them?
out-group preference.
do one
That's
thing, so-
exactly what it is.
I don't feel sorry for them.
Sort of at a conceptual level. So yeah,
Their
they
fault.
felt pressured.
Don't work with them.
Yeah, I'm sure they did, because that was what it's designed to do.
It's literally designed to make white people feel as if they themselves have no moral legitimacy. Right? That's the primary mechanism by which it works.
I'm interested to see if you'll present anything going on from, say, LBC presenters, perhaps.
Who knows?
Those playing defence for this, because that's what this is. It's just playing defence. It's just them saying, nuh-uh. Is there anything within their framework of how this country works, any sort of theory that they can provide that's different from ours for why this event happened and unfolded in the way that it did?
No.
Because if they have no explanatory power of their own, then nobody has any reason to listen to.
Exactly, but they're so dishonest and they're caught so flat-footed by this. It's literally all they can do is just lie. And go, no, it's not. That's not true. It's like, no, it is true. And we're watching it play out. And we've got all of the receipts. We've got the people in the force saying, yeah, no, I was pressured to do this DI training. And then we've got all the things that we've just covered.
Or controlled, the other word, pressured and controlled. Yeah, control. Yeah,
Control, yeah.
And then anyone who remembers just, say, 5 years ago, remembers what it was like. Remembers what the woke hegemony was like over society, where you were getting demonetized, deplatformed, arrested for all sorts of things that now seem like trivialities, but at the time absolutely weren't. And it's only because we pushed so hard against these things and changed the way the culture is that they have become trivial things. Anyway, the next lie is, nowhere in the source post here is DEI mentioned.
Doing the thing that I just said, they're literally doing it.
Because DEI is specifically American terminology.
Oh, okay.
As if anti-racism isn't specifically American terminology. All of this, the pride flag, all of it, all comes from America.
Pronouns in her bio.
The pronouns in her bio, exactly. Right, yeah, exactly. This is all specifically American terminology. It's now been weaponized by the US far right. It's being pushed on the UK by far right actors. This account is either acting in bad faith or isn't British. Well, I mean,